नमस्कार, जय श्री रामकृष्ण। परम पूजनीय स्वामी जी तत्वरूपानंद महाराज, अध्यक्ष हलाशुर Bangalore Ramakrishna Mission, and I, Himadri Das, founder president of Swadeshi Sangha, now present at the Bull Temple Road Ramakrishna Mission Ashram of Bangalore. Ramakrishna Math, Halashur, Bangalore and Swadeshi Sangha, in the collaboration of 9 Hindu nationalist organizations, has organized a huge international webinar on the occasion of 127th Chicago speech of Swami Vivekananda in the Parliament of the World's Religion on the subject Swami Vivekananda and cultural nationalism and where it is heading today. Along with that, we have organized spot tribute to the Swami Vivekananda in 12 auspicious places across the world where Swamiji has visited during his Chicago travel and after that in Bharat Darshan. So for this spot tribute occasion, we are in Bangalore now to give the tribute to Swami Vivekananda and Sharada Ma. So now we will be moving towards those places. Please be with us. Namaskar. This is the place where Sharada Ma has come and sat and did meditation. Adhyaksha Maharaj Swami Ji is garlanding to the foot of Ma.
We are on the spot of their Holy Mother's Rock at the Ramakrishna Math, Bangalore, also Bangalore at Basangudi. Here, Sharada Devi, in the year 1911, she visited this place and stayed here for three to 4 days. And one day in the evening, she sat on this rock and went into Samadhi and made this whole rock a holy place. So this is the record of our history, where she became the Parvatavasini here. So where the Divine Mother in different places, the names are the different names. So one of the names is Parvatavasini. The Holy Mother is the Divine Mother of the universe. So she became the Parvatavasini here. So and this is beginning with this from this place on the holy spot. So we will be again proceeding to the Swami Vivekananda's the stone bench where he stayed when he visited. We will be proceeding to that place.
But our Swamiji is Maharaj. So on behalf of to give Swamiji, we will pranam Maharaj also. I will do a Pada Pujan of Maharaj.
This is the stone bench which you are seeing. It was at the house of one Mr. Sugappa the jeweler at the Tulsi Tota called the Majestic now. And he used to sit on this bench and interact with the people. And he stayed in the Kalapa Choultry near the Majestic. So then now we will be proceeding to that place also. Vivekananda, on his wandering days, he visited Bangalore in 1892. So he stayed nearby in a Kalapa Choultry. At that time it was called Tulsi Tota, now it is called the Majestic. So on this spot he might have visited. We are hoping that he might have traveled on this place, or he tread this spot. So from here only he went to Hyderabad, and further he went to Chicago. So now, after the completion of this Chicago address, when he came back to India, so he landed at Sri Lanka, and then again he went back to Calcutta. So now we were taking this spot as a memorial, where Swami Vivekananda, he took around the world. From here he went to Chicago, and again now we'll be installing a Swami Vivekananda statue in memory of this 127th the year of Swami Vivekananda's Chicago address at World Parliament of Religion. So now by this spot he will be completing the whole universe one round. So this, to memorize this, it will be a historical national monument, and it will be vibrating with the Swami Vivekananda's message. Those who have visit this spot, they will be inspired by the teachings of Swami Vivekananda. They will be better citizens of India.
In addition to Swamiji, regarding this spot, just I wanted to tell some more things. Here my right hand side, Bangalore Majestic Metro Railway Station, and my left hand side is that Bangalore Central Station. I think that people across the globe, and particularly from the India, definitely have visited this place, and whenever people are coming from this railway station, they can go crossing this place to that metro railway station, and from metro people they have to go to that central station to catch the train. And we have got this huge land, around 100 acres, and we are targeting to make, as Swamiji told, that one iconic place. We will be making a theme park of Swami Vivekananda over here. That statue will be installed. It is very soon. And they are also in the behind. We are planning to make one auditorium where we will be projecting some kinds of Swamiji's speech and some kinds of document, some kinds of libraries. So there are a lot of plans are there, and this is our earnest request to the Hindus and followers of the Swami Vivekanandas across the globe to come over here and to visit this place and to contact Halashur Ramakrishna Mission and Swami Param Pujaniya Swami Tattarupam Nanda Maharaj Ji, and to contribute whatever way you can do. It is not only that money, but it is your wish, it is your power, whatever the way you can. Namaskar. Jai Sri Ramakrishna, Jai Guru Maharaj Swami Vivekananda.
আজ আমরা দাঁড়িয়ে আছি বিবেকানন্দের জন্মস্থানের সামনে। স্বদেশী সংঘ আয়োজিত করেছি ঐতিহাসিক ভাষণের 127তম উদযাপন আমরা করছি দিকে দিকে পৃথিবীর বিভিন্ন প্রান্তে। আজকে আমরা সেরকমই একটা অনুষ্ঠান আয়োজন করেছি বিবেকানন্দের বাড়ির সামনে। আমাদের সঙ্গে উপস্থিত আছেন রাষ্ট্রীয় স্বয়ংসেবক সংঘের প্রান্তীয় কার্যকর্তা সুনীলপদ গোস্বামী। উনি আমাদের কিছু আলোকপাত করবেন।
वीर सन्यासी स्वामी विवेकानंद का आज 127तम विश्व विजय दिवस। स्वामी जी सारे विश्व में हिंदुत्व का जय जयकार किया था। शिकागो धर्म महासभा में सारे विश्व चमकित हो गया भारत का उदात्त वाणी सुनकर। उन्होंने सबको आह्वान किया, मैं उस धर्म से आया हूँ, उस महान धर्म से आया हूँ जिसका महान एक परंपरा है। ऐसा विश्व विजय करने वाले वीर सन्यासी स्वामी विवेकानंद का ये पवित्र कलकत्ता का वासभूमि है। ये हमारा पीछे जो है ये उनका जन्म भीटा है। स्वामी विवेकानंद यहाँ पर जन्म ग्रहण किया था और यहाँ से जो नरेन बाद में स्वामी विवेकानंद सारा विश्व को नया दिशा दिया और उन्होंने सारे विश्व को बताया हिंदू मॉन्क ऑफ इंडिया, भारत का ये जो हिंदू मॉन्क ऑफ इंडिया, ऐसा कहने वाले वीर सन्यासी स्वामी विवेकानंद। उनका 11 सितंबर 127तम विश्व विजय दिवस, उसके उपलक्ष्य में सारे विश्व में बहुत स्थान पर कार्यक्रम हो रहा है। उसका छोटा एक अनुष्ठान कलकत्ता में उनका जन्म भीटा के पास स्वामी विवेकानंद के स्टैचू के सामने हो रहा है। आइए सारे विश्व में जिन्होंने हिंदुत्व को जय जयकार किया उसका ये विश्व विजय दिवस में हम सब शामिल हो और स्वामी जी का जो रास्ता दिखा कर गए, उन्होंने हिंदुत्व और मानवता का जो रास्ता दिखा कर गए, आज के विश्व में ये जो हिंदुत्व और मानवता ये दोनों जो जिनमें समाविष्ट है, वो हिंदुत्व के आधार पर स्वामी विवेकानंद जो अपने मर्मवाणी सारा विश्व में दिया, उसके ही लिए आज छोटा कार्यक्रम स्वामी विवेकानंद के घर के सामने हम लोग किया। नमस्कार, धन्यवाद।
to Sri Sri Thakur Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, to Swami Vivekananda and Bharat Mata. Today we are here at the birthplace of Swami Vivekananda, which is just a stone throw from the Azad Hind Bagh and near the junction of Vivekananda Road and Vidhan Sarani. This building was owned once upon a time by Swami Vivekananda's father, Sri Vishwanath Datta, and later on it passed on to his descendants, and this was in a state of disrepair. It is to the credit of the great institution founded, it is to the credit of the great institution called Ramakrishna Math and Mission, founded by Swamiji, that this dilapidated building, which carries the memories of Swamiji, was taken over and refurbished into this elegant building. We feel hallowed, we feel proud to come here. As a matter of fact, on my personal behalf, I can say Every time I step into this building, I get goosebumps. This is the place where that great seer, Swami Vivekananda, inspired by the holy Sri Sri Thakur Ramakrishna and Sri Sri Mother, had taught the greatness of Hinduism, Hindutva, to the whole world. And the process began on the 11th of February 1893 in Chicago, where he had gone to address the Parliament of Religions, uninvited. The people of the Parliament of Religions, they had not invited anyone from the Hindu religion because they were not sure as to who would represent the Hindu religion. Swamiji went there uninvited, addressed the gathering as Sisters and Brothers of America. And that caused such a thunderous round of clapping that people understood that some chord had been struck in the hearts of all these people. And then from there, it was all a journey of triumph for the great Swami Vivekananda. He traveled through the length and breadth of the United States and then on to Europe and then to India. And he embarked on a lecture tour of India from Colombo all the way to Almora. Each one of these lectures is a gem. It has been encapsulated in books published by the Ramakrishna Matan Mission. I have read quite a few of them, certainly not one of them, no, all of them. And I feel surprised that how could a person in a life of only 39 years write so much, do so much, travel so much. It is impossible to fathom. Actually, I am reminded of the Adi Shankaracharya, who just in a life of 32 years had brought the whole nation back to Sanatan Dharma, and Swamiji was just as great as him. Today, we are proud to be Hindus. We are here, few adherents of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha, which was founded by Dr. Keshav Baliram Hedgewar, who was inspired by the thoughts of Swamiji, which was built into the present, made into the present form, gigantic form, by the second Sarsang Chalak, Param Pujaniya Guruji Golwalkar, who was a disciple of one of the Guru Bhratas of Swamiji, that is Swami Akhandanandaji, whose Janam Tithi is just a few days away. That way it is a very hallowed time, I must say, that between 11th September, the day of Swamiji's addressing of the Chicago Parliament of Religions, and Swami Akhandanandaji's Janma Tithi, and we are standing in between at this hallowed place, the birthplace of Swami Vivekananda. I bow my head in respect, in obeisance. May the voice of Swami Vivekananda, Thakur Ramakrishna and Sri Ma ring through the world, and may it inspire people like our Dr. Ji and our Guru Ji to found great institutions like the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha.
Namaskar, I am Somik Banerjee. Today I appear to remember the occasion of the 127th anniversary of Swamiji's Chicago lecture. Swami Vivekananda, after his Guru Ramakrishna Dev attained Samadhi, he wanted to spread his master message to the world, and the foundation of the process began from Anandpur. Anandpur is my hometown. If you want to know why he chose Anandpur, we have to know something about Anandpur first. A village in Hooghly district in the state of West Bengal in India. It is famous for its impeccable terracotta temple, Ramakrishna Mission, 300-year-old Chandi Mandap and 500-year-old Bhakti. Baburam Ghosh, who was born in aristocratic family in Anandpur, mother Matangini Devi and father Tarapada Ghosh. Baburam Ghosh was one of the favorite disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. Later he known as Premananda. India and Bengal were devastated by the British rule and various social conditions. An association was formed in the service of Alliance Sri Ramakrishna at his garden house, Kashipur, Kolkata, which was led by Narendranath. Sri Ramakrishna left his body within a day. Narendranath was desperate and deoriented from Sangha. In such a situation, Matangini Devi sent her elder son Tulsiram to invite Narendranath to Anandpur. Narendranath and his 8 brothers responded to that invite, left for Anandpur. They took Howrah Tarokeswar train, reached Horipal. The date was December 1886. A plaque has been established at Horipal station to commemorate that day. From there, they reached Baburam house in the evening in a horse carriage. At this time, Narendranath was in Anandpur for few days. One day, such a landmark event took place in the land of Anandpur. That day, 24th December, in this place, in the evening, under the starry sky, Narendranath and his 8 Guru brothers began to speak the holiness, love of Jesus Christ. From then on of teaching and Christianity, which was the result of the tireless work and self-sacrifice, various approaches disciples began to take place. Fascinated by the message, Narendranath and the rest of his Guru Brothers took an extreme decision that they would give their life, their family, engaged in the human service. As a result, in the following year, in 1887, Boranagar took their official asceticism. The soil of Anandpur was silent witness of Swami Vivekananda to Narendranath, becoming Swamiji of all. Later, Swami Shivananda recalled Anandpur. The contribution of the organization will decide to united to Anandpur. Thakur made us monk, and the idea became more mature in Anandpur. That India, scattered in the slum, poverty, that heart of the half-starved and uneducated people, that India has maintained its religion and culture even in the midst of endless suffering. Those who have uneducated their centuries of having humiliated have to still kept Indian religion alive. Swamiji set out an experience that the external India in his own experience and will travel from all over the India and visit every part of India. In 1983, he traveled to America to spread the message of Sri Ramakrishna and join the World Conference of Religions. He gave total 6 lectures. His first day at 11th September won the heart of the entire American people in the first line of his first speech. Sister and brother of America. A total of 10 religious were present. As a result, they preached their religion. But Swamiji preached about humanity. He spoke of the world brotherhood of the people of the world. Then he returned to India and established Belur Math, one of the most important examples of human service in this era. In the 50 years since Swamiji spoke, Indians have broken the shackles of subjugation, but the people of India still lose it. There are uneducation and the health are not over yet. Swamiji has said that the serving of this country, religion of the age, as soon as they rise, real progress of India will begin. Let's all take an oath today, September 11, to make Swamiji's dream come true, to make India world guru. Sarvo Bhavantu Sukhino.
स्वामी विवेकानंद कश्मीर 2 बार आए। पहली बार 1897 में और दूसरी बार 1898 में। 1898 में कई महीनों तक कश्मीर में रुके। उनके साथ कई गणमान्य व्यक्ति जैसे बहन निवेदिता भी थी। स्वामी जी काफ़ी धार्मिक और ऐतिहासिक जगहों पर गए, जैसे हारी पर्वत, शंकराचार्य मंदिर, मारतंड, ब्रिजबिहारा, अवंतीपुर और पांडेरतन। स्वामी जी श्री अमरनाथ और माता खीर भवानी भी गए। अमरनाथ खीर भवानी में उन्हें ईश्वर के दर्शन हुए और कहा जाता है कि उनका स्पिरिचुअल एक्सपीरियंस ऐसा था जिसे शब्दों में व्याख्यान करना बहुत मुश्किल है। उन्होंने ईश्वर की अनुभूति का एहसास हुआ कश्मीर में। 2 अगस्त 1898 को स्वामी जी श्री अमरनाथ गुफा पहुंचे। स्वामी जी कहते हैं कि जब उन्होंने पहली बार बर्फ की शिवलिंग को देखा तो उन्हें ऐसा लगा कि जैसे शिव खुद उनके सामने थे। उन्होंने बहन निवेदिता को कहा कि मुझे ऐसा लगा जैसे खुद बाबा अमरनाथ मुझे आशीर्वाद दे रहे हैं। वापस श्रीनगर आकर स्वामी जी करीबन 30 सितंबर के आसपास माता खीर भवानी के दर्शन के लिए निकल पड़े। वे माता खीर भवानी के परिसर में करीब 1 हफ्ता रहे। वे हर दिन माता की आराधना करते, हवन करते और माता को खीर का प्रसाद चढ़ाते। माता खीर भवानी परिसर उन दिनों काफी अच्छी स्थिति में नहीं था और ये बात स्वामी जी को काफी व्याकुल कर रही थी। उन्होंने कई बार सोचा कि ये कैसे ऐसा हो गया। माता यहाँ अनगिनत वर्षों से रह रही है और इस मंदिर की ऐसी कैसे हो गई। अगर मैं यहाँ होता तो मैं ऐसा ना होने देता, मैं अपनी जान तक लगा देता। तभी उन्हें माँ की आवाज सुनाई दी। माँ ने कहा, क्या हुआ जो मुझ में विश्वास ना करने वाले यहाँ आते हैं? क्या हुआ जो इस मंदिर में आते हो मेरी आराधना नहीं करते? तुम इससे क्या लेना? क्या तुम मेरी रक्षा करते हो या मैं तुम्हारी? माता खीर भवानी में स्वामी जी फिर माता के भव्य मंदिर बनाने की बात सोचने लगे। उन्होंने कई बार सोचा, क्यों ना मैं एक विशाल मंदिर बनाऊं, क्यों ना लोगों से चंदा इकट्ठा करके एक भव्य मंदिर बनाया जाता है। कहा जाता है कि माता ने उन्हें दर्शन दिया और कहा, मेरे पुत्र, अगर मैं चाहूं तो मैं अपने अनगिनत मंदिर और धार्मिक केंद्र बनवा सकती हूं। अभी चाहूं तो यहीं पर 7 मालों का भव्य स्वर्ण मंदिर बनवा सकती हूं। इस अनुभव के बाद स्वामी जी ने कहा कि अब मुझे एहसास हुआ है कि सृष्टि में सब मां के निर्देश पर होता है और मां की इच्छा के बिना कुछ नहीं होता।
क्षेत्र में फतेह विलास महल के नाम से जाना जाता है। इसी महल के अंदर स्वामी विवेकानंद जी और अजीत सिंह जी में यहाँ निवास किया था। उस समय जब स्वामी विवेकानंद जी 1993 में और 91 में और 97 में आए थे। इसी महल से स्वामी विवेकानंद जी 7 मई 1993 में शिकागो यात्रा के लिए रवाना हुए थे। राजा अजीत सिंह जी ने उनको ये सामने जो मूर्ति हमारे विवेकानंद जी का जो वेश है, जो शिकागो वृत्तांत के नाम से भाषण दिया था उस समय, वो मूर्ति जो है यहाँ लगी है, उसी वेशभूषा को स्वामी विवेकानंद जी को राजा जी ने बनवा कर दिया था। और ये विवेकानंद जी नाम है, ये भी हमारी क्षेत्रीय राजा ने ही उनको सजेस्ट करके इसी नाम को रखने के लिए उनको आग्रह किया था। इसी नाम से स्वामी विवेकानंद जी इसके बाद पूरे विश्व में प्रसिद्ध हुए थे। फतेह विलास महल का ऊपरी मंदिर। इस यहाँ जो ये चेयर दिख रही है आपको, इस चेयर पे शाम के समय सुबह स्वामी विवेकानंद जी स्वयं बैठते थे और राजा जी से भी चर्चा करते थे। ये फतेह विलास महल का ऊपरी मंजिल है। इसी भवन के कमरे के अंदर स्वामी विवेकानंद जी निवास करते थे और यहाँ अभी आम जनता के लिए ध्यान कक्ष का जो है म्यूजियम का हिस्सा बनाया है, ध्यान कक्ष के रूप में। ये जो सामने दिख रहा है पूरा खेतली का बस्ती है और विहंग दृश्य है। ऊपर जो है दिख रहे हैं पहाड़ के ऊपर बहुत पुराने महल हैं। ये अरावली की श्रृंखला की पहाड़ियाँ हमारे यहाँ बोली जाती है।
Namaste. As we all know that Swami Vivekananda's Madrasi disciples, they made significant contribution during the initial period or the initial phase of the Ramakrishna movement. Swamiji had many Madrasi disciples and he used to call them his friends. And who are all those disciples? The first and the foremost of those disciples was Alasinga Perumal. He was the headmaster of the Pachayappa's High School in Chennai. And the next one was Piligiri Iyengar. He was the advocate of the High Court in Madras. And he stayed in this building, which is now known as Vivekananda Illam. Earlier, Piligiri Iyengar got this building from the Tudor Ice Company and he built the circular verandas of Vivekananda Illam and then he made it as his residence. So this place is very significant because this is the place where Swami Vivekananda stayed for 9 days when he returned to India in the year 1897. And this place is also significant because this is the first place where the Ramakrishna movement began in South India. And the next disciple is Balaji Rao. Swamiji used to address him as Balaji Rao, Banking Corporation. He worked in Indian Bank and later on he became the secretary of the bank. The next disciple is Narasimhacharya, that is G.G. Narasimhacharya. He later became the assistant editor of Brahmavadin, and he also helped him setting up the magazine Prabhuddha Bharata. And the next disciple is Nanjunda Rao. He was a physician and he was also the professor at the medical college in Madras. And the next disciple that we see, Subramania Iyer. He was one of the prominent members of the Madras Society at that time. The next disciple is Raja Iyer. He later on became the editor of the Prabhuddha Bharata magazine. So these disciples, they formed the core group. They insisted Swamiji to participate in the Parliament of Religions. And not only that, the disciples made every effort to collect subscriptions from the poor people, as Swami Vivekananda insisted. They went from door to door and they collected subscriptions and they launched Swamiji. They helped in every way to attend in the Parliament of Religions. And not only that, even after that period, they completely identified themselves with Swami Vivekananda's mission and they participated in every struggle that he faced in his life. And not only that, they gave a practical structure or a practical development to the Swamiji's vision. When Swami Vivekananda went in America, he faced a lot of criticisms and a slandering campaign from Christian missionaries. The disciples of Madras, they came together and they passed a resolution saying that Swami Vivekananda is a formal representative of our Hinduism and we sent him there. So that was the message. And later on, they helped Swamiji in setting up the magazine, that is the Brahmavadin and the Prabhuddha Bharata. So they set the things in South India. They set that machinery in motion, as it is called. And later on, these group of young disciples, they helped Swami Vivekananda's brother disciples as well. Swami Ramakrishnananda, who came here, Sister Nivedita, and other direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, who came here, the Madrasi disciples, they all helped them in making a mission, great contributions. They made significant contributions during that initial crucial phase. And finally, Swami Vivekananda, he said, he praised his disciples, saying that it is all done because of your efforts. And I am only a figurehead. So this is the Swamiji's prize for his disciples. It's what Swamiji praised his disciples. And this Vivekananda Illam, it is at the crossroads. Because when Swamiji he came during the year 1897, all the disciples, they grouped together here and they made a plan for his mission and they made what are the things to be done, what are the things to be carried forward. And all big discussions happened in this place. So this is the significance of this place, our Vivekananda Illam. So thank you. Namaste.
Namaskar. Now we are in historical building, Ice House, for Vivekananda House, is also known as Ice House. This building constructed in the year 1842 by Frederick Tudor, who was a businessman. That time, he used to do business of selling the ice blocks. They used to import from Boston, from USA. At that time, there was no means to manufacture these ice blocks. So it used to come from America. Britishers used to use. There was no proper place for storage. For that purpose, this building was constructed in the year 1842 by Frederick Tudor. In the course of time, when the ice manufacturing unit started in India itself, the business was stopped. This building was sold to Beligire Iyengar, one of the admirers and disciples of Swami Vivekananda. He purchased this building. Then Swamiji returned from America after attending Parliament of Religions. He stayed here in this very building, same building, from February 6th to February 14th. 9 days Swamiji stayed here and sanctified this place. And from this place, Swamiji historical message to the youth. 4 important lectures delivered in this Madras, staying here. And he met many admirers and many dignitaries during that time and inspired many people. At the same, during Swamiji stayed here, the disciples of Swamiji requested Swamiji to start a center here. So you know very well, the Madras people are very orthodox. So Swamiji decided to send a person who can easily accommodate it to this mindset of these people. Swamiji said one word while climbing down from inside the Vivekananda house, while getting down from staircase. He said, I am sending a person who is more orthodox, among most orthodox of Madras. So he sent his brother disciple Swami Ramakrishnananda, also known as Shashi Maharaj, and in the year 1897, and Swami Ramakrishnananda came here and started a center. This is the first center, Ramakrishna Mutt, in whole of South India, started in this building, very same building. And here it continued till 1907, and later on shifted to Mylapore. So this is the place where Ramakrishna movement started. Whole of South India. This is the main center, epicenter for all Ramakrishna movement, Ramakrishna mission activities. This is the epicenter of whole of South India. And most, not only historical, it has become sacred place. Now, this building in the year 1997, Government of Tamil Nadu handed over to Ramakrishna Mutt, Mylapore, Madras, for 99 years lease. So we have developed this building in the name of Swami Vivekananda, a museum, and his life and message from Vedas to Vivekananda. The theme of this museum is Vedas to Vivekananda. How Swami Vivekananda took Vedantic teachings to the West. And all those ideas we have depicted in this museum, and also 3D movies depicting Swami Vivekananda's Parliament of Religions, and Swami Vivekananda from here before going to West. He went to Kanyakumari, and 3 days he meditated on the lost tip of India, on the Indian Ocean, and 3 days he stayed there and meditated upon the future of India. And later on, Swamiji decided to go to West. So that also we have depicted in virtual reality so people can visit this place and get the blessings of Swami Vivekananda. We request you all. Thank you very much.
दीपक आवटे, स्वदेशी संघ का कार्यकर्ता। स्वदेशी संघ और रामकृष्ण मठ हलसूर बेंगलोर, इनके संयुक्त सहयोग मेरे साथ स्वामी दयामूर्तिनंद जी उपस्थित है, जो रामकृष्ण मुंबई मठ के अस्पताल के सुपरिटेंडेंट करके दायित्व निभा रहे हैं। मैं उनसे विनती करूंगा कि इस उपलक्ष्य में वो हमें अपने श्रद्धा सुमन अर्पण करें स्वामी जी को। स्वामी,
मेरा प्रणाम स्वामी विवेकानंद जी का पाद पद्म में, और मैं पहला I would like to offer my pranams also at the humbly at the feet of Swami Tattvarupananda ji of Halasuru Mutt, and also my best wishes and warm regards to Shri Himadri Das of Swadeshi Sangha, West Bengal, for organizing this unique event of commemorating the 127th Chicago address of Swami Vivekananda. It is on it is from this place on 31st May 1892. From the gateway of India, Swami Vivekananda sailed to the west. He was seen off by his devotees, his well-wishers and devoted lieutenants. The prominent among them was Alasinga Perumal, for example. He was a school teacher and he came all the way from Madras, and he, being a very conservative person, he did not eat anywhere outside in the hotel or anywhere. He used to carry puffed rice and jaggery, and as long as Swamiji was staying in Mumbai till he saw him off, he just maintained like that, and he has we come across his life. When we come across his life, he has even pledged his wife's ornaments, and he is also his whole month's salary he has just given it when there was a need. It is their sacrifice it is sacrifice for the country which has been reflected through Swami Vivekananda. He is a source of inspiration for all of us. Such sacrifices are plenty. On this occasion, I would request all of you to please go through Swami Vivekananda's life, which is a constant source of inspiration. Thank you.
सुंदर लक्ष्मण बोल रहा हूँ। यहाँ स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने 1897 जनवरी 26 संदुकाल आया है।
is a rising sun of modern India, is a great international leader. Patriarch. And the modern India debted him very much. Swami Vivekananda is the rising sun of modern India, and now at the international level, India has a very important and good place. The reason for this modern India development and other things affect Swami Vivekananda very much. And Swamiji at 1897 returned from Western countries after his great victory at the World Religious Parliament. He first landed at Rameswaram, at Pamban, in the place Kundupal. At that time, the Raja of Ramanathapuram, Bhaskara Sethupathi, received him with great respect, kneeled down and prostrate Swamiji. At that time, Swamiji has a great emotion when he saw this motherland, his love to this motherland and the Hindu religion rise up. He prostrate the sand, and it was said, he take the sand and poured in his head in this place. After that, Raja Sethupathi held a procession to Swamiji in a chariot with great respect. Thousands and thousands of people in this procession, especially when Swamiji gave a very important speech at Pamban. In that speech, Swamiji say, service to humanity, service to God. Jiva Seva is a Shiva Seva. It's a Taraka Mantra. It's an important teaching in this place. So, nowadays, the Ramakrishna Sabha Tirupalai Turai, Trichy district, the founder of Swami Chidbhavananda, that Tapovanam had a branch at Rameswaram. That Rameswaram branch erected a big memorial building in this place, Kundukal. In this memorial building, Swamiji's life are in a pictorial form, his life and teaching. And development works are going on. In future, this Kundukal Vivekananda Memorial will be the great memorial of Swami Vivekananda in this place. The words and life of Swamiji inspired thousands and thousands of youngsters now from modern India. So, his life and teaching should be studied, should be heard by the students and youngsters of India. It will be very helpful to them. Swamiji at once said, I have great faith in the youngsters, youth of Tamil Nadu. The Tamil Nadu students, youngsters are very great. In future, there will be raised a great tide from Tamil Nadu, although, and it will cover all over the
വിവേകാനന്ദ വാക്കിൽ വിവേകാനന്ദയുടെ ഒരു സ്ഥാപനം ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി തീരുമാനിച്ചു. ആ സമയത്ത് ക്രിസ്ത്യാനികളെ കുരിശ് വെച്ചു. കുരിശ് വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് അവർക്ക് ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റാത്ത ഒരവസ്ഥ വന്നു. അതെടുത്ത് മാറ്റാനും ചെയ്യാനൊന്നും ആളില്ല. അങ്ങനെ കോഴിക്കോട് നിന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ ത്യാഗമണ്ഡം ചെയ്യാമെന്നാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അന്നത്തെ പ്രചാരക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു, ലക്ഷ്മണ ഇങ്ങനെ സംഭവമുണ്ട്, ഒരു പക്ഷേ നമ്മൾ ജീവൻ ത്യാഗം ചെയ്യേണ്ടതാണ്. അവിടെ നമ്മൾ അടിപൊളിയൊക്കെ ഒരു പക്ഷേ നടക്കും. അങ്ങനെയാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ വന്ന് ത്യാഗം ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി വന്നത്. അങ്ങനെ വന്നിടത്തിൽ 1962 അന്ന് അത് കുരിശെടുത്ത് മാറ്റി. കുരിശെടുത്ത് മാറ്റിയപ്പോൾ രണ്ടാമത്തെ കുരിശ് വയ്ക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി തീരുമാനിച്ചു. രണ്ടാമത്തെ കുരിശ് വെച്ചാൽ പോലീസ് ഡ്യൂട്ടി കേട്ടോ. രണ്ടാമത്തെ കുരിശ് വെച്ചാൽ പോലീസ് ഡ്യൂട്ടി. പോലീസ് ഡ്യൂട്ടി വെച്ചാൽ പിന്നെ ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ലല്ലോ. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു അധികാരി വന്നു, ലക്ഷ്മണ ഇങ്ങനെ സംഭവിക്കുകയാണ്. പോലീസുകാർ വന്ന് അവിടെ കുരിശ് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഡ്യൂട്ടി വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പിന്നെ ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അതിന് മുമ്പ് നിങ്ങൾ ഈ കുരിശെടുത്ത് മാറ്റുന്ന പറഞ്ഞു. ശരി നേടും പറഞ്ഞു. അങ്ങനെ രണ്ടാമത്തെ കുരിശ് വീണ്ടും വെച്ചു. ഞങ്ങൾ രാവിലെ സൂര്യോദയം വരുന്ന മുമ്പായിട്ട് അവിടെ പോയി അതെടുത്ത് മാറ്റി തന്നു. എടുത്ത് മാറ്റി വന്നുകൊണ്ട് അവർ കടക്കാരുടെ ആൾ ഞങ്ങൾ അടിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി വന്നു. അടിക്കാൻ വന്ന സമയത്ത് ഞങ്ങൾ എതിർത്ത് നിന്നു. ഞങ്ങൾ എതിർത്ത് നിൽക്കുന്ന കണ്ടപ്പോൾ ഏതോ കന്യാകുമാരി അമ്മയുടെ അനുഭവം കൊണ്ട് അവരാരും അടുത്ത് വന്നില്ല. ആ സമയത്താണ് പോലീസ് വന്നത്. പോലീസ് വന്ന് അങ്ങോട്ട് പോകാനുള്ള വഴിയില്ല, കുരിശില്ലല്ലോ. അങ്ങനെയാണ് സംഭവം നടന്നത്. അതിന് ശേഷം വീണ്ടും പിന്നെ വിവേകാനന്ദ സ്റ്റാച്ചു വയ്ക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി തീരുമാനിച്ചു. അന്നുള്ള അധികാരി പറഞ്ഞു, നിങ്ങൾ സ്റ്റാച്ചു വയ്ക്കരുത്, നല്ല സ്ഥാപനം ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നതാണ്. സ്റ്റാച്ചു മാത്രം വെച്ചാൽ നാളെ അവൻ വന്ന് അടിച്ചു പൊട്ടിച്ചു പോകും. അങ്ങനെയാണ് സ്ഥാപനം ഉണ്ടായത്.
1863 செப்டம்பர் 11 சிக்காகோ நகரிலே சுவாமிஜி அவருடைய ஹிந்துஸ் மகாசபையிலே பேசினார். அதனுடைய ஆண்டு விழா இது 127வது ஆண்டு விழாவை கொண்டாடி கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். அந்த செப்டம்பர் 11 உலக சகோதர தினமாக நாடு முழுவதும் கொண்டாடி கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். அதனுடைய நினைவாக சுவாமிஜிக்கு சிக்காகோ போகிறதுக்கு முன்னால் கன்னியாகுமரியிலே ஸ்ரீபாத மண்டபத்திலே சுவாமிஜி அவர்கள் தவம் இருந்த நாள் 1892 டிசம்பர் 25, 26, 27 3 நாட்கள் தியானம் செய்து சிக்காகோ போக வேண்டும் என்ற முடிவை எடுத்தது விவேகானந்த அந்த ஸ்ரீபாத மண்டபத்திலே. அதனுடைய நினைவாக 1963 அவருடைய 100வது பிறந்தநாள் விழாவில் அந்த விவேகானந்த அந்த பாறையிலே அவருடைய நினைவு சின்னம் வைக்க வேண்டும் என்று முடிவு பண்ணி மாநில ஏக்நாத் ரானடே அவர்கள் உருவாக்கினார்கள். அதில் திறப்பு விழா 1970 செப்டம்பர் 2ஆம் தேதி என்று திறக்கப்பட்டது. அதன் பிறகு ஒவ்வொரு வருடமும் நமக்கு உலகம் முழுவதும் நடத்தினாலும் விவேகானந்த கேந்திரத்தின் சார்பாகவே செப்டம்பர் 11ஆம் தேதியை உலக சகோதர தின விழாவாக நடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். அதன் சுவாமிஜி நிர்வாக அது விவேகானந்த கேந்திரம் என்கின்ற ஒரு நிர்வாகத்தை 1972ஆம் ஆண்டு சுவாமிஜியுடைய கனவாக ஏகநாத்ஜி அவர்கள் இந்த விவேகானந்த கேந்திரம் என்ற ஒரு நிர்வாகத்தை ஓப்பன் பண்ணி அதில் நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. அகில உலகம் முழுவதும் மக்களுக்கு தெரியக்கூடிய அளவிலே இந்த விவேகானந்த பாறையை பார்க்கறதுக்கு இந்தியா மட்டுமில்ல, அகில உலகத்தில் உள்ள மக்கள்லாம் இங்கே வந்து பார்வையிட்டு கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள் என்பதை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
प्रोफेसर राइट के ऑफिस था हॉलवर्दी बिल्डिंग में. यहाँ पर स्वामी जी प्रोफेसर राइट को मिले दूसरे बार.
I'm Sindhu Banerjee. I'm from Boston. I'm very pleased to show you the beginning of Swami Vivekananda's journey in the West. As you all know, Swami Vivekananda came to speak at the Parliament of World Religions in Chicago in 1893. And before he spoke, he actually came to Boston when he realized that he needed a letter of recommendation. Before he came to Boston, he met with Harvard professor John Henry Wright in this village, Aniscombe Village, where this church is today. At the request of Professor Henry Wright, Swami Vivekananda gave his first public speech in his life at this very church where we are. And so I am very pleased to show you the location of Swami Vivekananda's journey in the West. And thank you for joining me.
So, namaskar, Kanchan Banerjee, Boston থেকে। আমি এখন আমাদের Honorable Consul General of India in New York, Mr. Randir Jaiswal. Fortunately, he was with us, so we have requested him to also celebrate it together. So he is going to requesting him to say a few words. Randir ji. Namaskar, good morning, good evening to all our audience in various parts of the world. Kanchan just said that he was fortunate that I am here. I would like to add and correct that it is my honor to be part of this celebration from Aniscombe Church here outside Boston. You know, भारत और इस जगह के बीच बहुत पुराने ऐतिहासिक संबंध है, लेकिन जो संबंध स्वामी विवेकानंद ने स्थापित किया उससे मजबूत, उससे ज्यादा भरपूर, उससे ज्यादा डीप शायद ऐतिहासिक पन्नों में, जहां तक हमारे भारत और इस देश और इस जगह का रिश्ते का सवाल है, उससे ज्यादा मजबूत शायद कुछ और नहीं है। स्वामी जी यहाँ आए, यहाँ पर भारत के ज्ञान को लेके आए। उनका समझ सिर्फ भारतीय दर्शन का ही नहीं था, लेकिन he was as much deeply involved and had a perspective understanding of the West. He was a true ambassador of the East to the West and a true universal, true profounder of universalism. He represented and brought out the best of humanity and how Hinduism encapsulates the values of compassion, of kindness, of harmony, and of brotherhood. His legacy continues to reverberate in Aniscombe, in Boston, in New York, and all other cities and towns and among people in the United States. भारतीय कौंसुलवास का ये प्रयास होगा, स्वामी विवेकानंद का जो प्रतिबिंब यहाँ है, इम्प्रिंट है, उसको हम लोग और उजागर करें। और आने वाले दिनों में यह मेरा प्रयास रहेगा कि हम लोग कुछ प्रोग्राम यहाँ करें, कुछ प्रोग्राम बॉस्टन में आरके मिशन के साथ और कुछ चीजें न्यूयॉर्क में करें, ताकि स्वामी जी जो हमारे साथ हैं, यादें, स्मृति, उनकी लेगेसी जो हमारे साथ है, उसको हम नए युवा पीढ़ी के साथ जोड़ सके। मैं बहुत खुश हूँ कि आज मुझे NSCOM में आके आप लोगों के साथ अपनी बात साझा करने का मौका मिला। बहुत बहुत
नमस्कार। Thank you so much. Actually, Kanchana, our Maharaj, Swamiji Maharaj want to give a thanks to Consulate General, our Adhyaksha Maharaj of Halashur Ramakrishna Mission, Swami Tattarupananda ji. Under his guidance, actually, we are organizing this program.
Namaste everyone. Swami Vivekananda ji is best known in the United States for his revolutionary speech to the 1893 World's Parliament of Religions, in which he introduced Hinduism to America. Swami Vivekananda ji said that he was proud to belong to a religion which has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance. We believe not only in universal tolerance, but we accept all religions as true. He said that in Chicago. Today, I'm standing in front of Swamiji's statue here at Hindu Temple in Chicago. I would like to offer my respect and learn from his teachings.
Namaskar. We are at the Art Institute of Chicago, where Swamiji gave an electrifying speech on 11 September 1893. More than 6,000 people crowded at the Assembly Hall, which is known as Fullerton Hall. We are right in front of it. Swamiji was a principal disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Swamiji introduced yoga and Vedanta to the Western world. The street in front of the Art Institute is known as Swami Vivekananda Way on his honorary.